We are now 2 games into the Euros, and Germany, Spain and Portugal have got off to an absolute flyer of a start, booking themselves an early spot in the round of 16. And unfortunately for England, it's not been so smooth sailing in our group. We've got 4 out of 6 points available to us, top of the group, and that would look good on paper, but it's the nature of those performances that are letting England fans down. It's been very uninspiring. As a team, they've looked quite lethargic, a lot of energy missing in the performances. And, it's like those early good starts just suddenly fade away very quickly. The balance of the team seems a bit off as well. And there's questions over who our strongest 11 really should be. But, despite all of that and the fact that, people are maybe reconsidering us as tournament favourites and, fairly so, I'm very surprised to see a lot of England fans just completely writing us off, thinking that if we go up against a bigger nation, we're not going to stand a chance because if we can't beat Denmark or Serbia comfortably, then what chance do we have against those? Well, the chance is exactly the same reason that we're not battering these teams. It's that style that Southgate likes to employ. He likes to be very pragmatic. And while that sometimes means in games like these, it won't be the prettiest of displays that we're expecting and hoping for against a team that we're maybe marked as favourites for, it means that against those bigger nations, we will stay in the game or we'll have the chances to maybe create that special moment to take it through. And it won't always be the prettiest football, but we'll be in a game. We'll be in with a chance at a result. But more so than the performance styles, it's just looking at this makes me think I've seen this before. And is this, some people's first tournament for England under Southgate? Because this is exactly how it usually goes. Let's run it back to the last World Cup, for example. Start with a big win over Iran, but a 0-0 draw against USA has everyone questioning, should we be calling it football or soccer? No one was questioning that. They were just trying to push that agenda. But it had us questioning whether England were good enough to go very far. And in the end, we got a nice run to the quarterfinals where we went stride for stride with France and arguably with a better side in the evening. Very, very unlucky not to progress there. Then we run it back one more tournament before that. Just look at the Euros that we played before. 1-0 win over Croatia to start the group, but then we followed that with a drab 0-0 draw against Scotland. Again, everyone was up in arms. England are not good enough to do it. But we got into our groove. We grew as the tournament went on and progressed, and we made a run to the final where we were beaten on penalties. And at the end of the day, that is kind of how England are. We're going to start slow, but we have to have hope that this squad can go and step up those gears and build towards a final push. And who knows where we land, but ultimately, I'm certain that these 2 games are probably going to be England's 2 worst games of the tournament, and we will see better going forward. And just in case comparisons to England's previous tournaments isn't enough to satisfy some of you, well, we look at Portugal 2016. They actually won the Euros this year. 3 draws in their group stage, coming third in that group and scraping out, but that wasn't it. In the knockouts, they needed extra time to beat Croatia, they needed penalties to beat Poland, and then again in the final needed extra time to beat France. Not the prettiest thing, but they got there. And this is, at the end of the day, kind of how international football and tournaments are. It's not like your club where you're watching them week in, week out, where it needs to be pretty football all the time to really keep you going. Sometimes you just got to do it the ugly way and get over the line. And at the end of the day, if England are going to have any chance of bringing it home, we're going to have to accept that some games will play really well, some games not so well, but ultimately you just need those results. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.